Hi, everyone. So my name is Ilaha, and I know Irina for a while. We have been neighbors, and so I'm 49 years old, and I have challenges. Like my really goal is to lose like 50 pounds. So in October, I was about 204 pounds, and I realized like what really happened to my body, like that I've gained a lot of weight, and I cannot continue going that way. So when I ran into Irina several times, I mentioned that to her because I also started working with the personal trainer, so I'm exercising. But then when I mentioned it to Irina, I've learned about her coaching program, and I also joined her Facebook page, which was very helpful because she provides a lot of free information, like webinars. She makes it easy. You can do, like, 3-day detox, 5-day detox, like a week, a month. So it's really can be customized for anybody if someone just wants to try it. So I thought, okay, I mean, I've participated, I listened to several of her webinars on Facebook, and then I decided why not to try it. So I thought I'll do it maybe for 5 days or a week, but then Irina said, let's do it for a month. Well, I feel much lighter. I think my skin has really improved. I had like a feeling of feeling bloated. That is also gone. I've also learned a lot of like little like tricks, ideas, like how to, you don't have to eat salt. There are a lot of great products that you can replace with salt or even like sugar, like also I think this program makes it easy that yes, you eliminate salt, but it's not at the end of the world. There are other interesting, really good things that you can use that taste just as salt. And you also allow us to eat fruits which can satisfy, like the sugar intake that we want. So I lost also as a result 10 pounds. And but the main thing is also, I think it makes me more mindful, like, before I eat something, like Irina like teaches us to listen to your body. So 10 minutes or within an hour, let's see how I feel. If I feel really discomfort, whatever that is, so I need to really stop and think, do I really need to continue eating certain foods? I think it's and also I believe like you made it easy for me to like trust the resources. Like it's right there, you've researched them, you've studied them, you've tried them on yourself and other clients, instead of me researching and doing it myself. Like I don't know which resources I can really trust. So much out there, so and it becomes overwhelming. I also don't know which resource is correct and makes sense and which is not. So you just make it like easier for me. I mean, that's what personally I felt easy. And also I think if someone, like for example, like struggles with discipline, because people think, oh, if you're gonna cut sugar and salt and oil and meat and all that, like it's the end of the world. It's really not. And if, like, for me it was easier because I guess like I cannot do it slowly. I just have to do it, like cut it cold turkey. But if not everybody's like me and not everybody's disciplined like me, but if people struggle with discipline, you're always accessible, you're always available, and you can really customize it, like you can probably come up with some other ideas and options, like for anyone's probably need and approach. Yeah, but also like often like doctors cannot really, I mean, why would I, for cholesterol I would take chemicals? I would rather modify intake of wrong foods, and like let my body really work with me instead of me being on chemicals. So I mean, I also realized medicine is only can do so much. It's really very limited, unless you need to amputate your arm and like there is like serious surgery. But there are other things, honestly, like because I also have like a homeopathic doctor, and I see like how that affects me. I often, like with, like for example, with hot flashes, with perimenopausal, because of my age, I often tell him like, what would I have done without alternative really healing options? I'm like, oh my god, like, because doctors can't help me. Like all the rashes I'm dealing with, like Irina knows, like on my skin, like I have like hives, like nothing helps, like no ointments, no steroids. There, it's very temporary. In the 5 days, it comes back. So, and you have to be careful with reusing chemicals. You know, especially, I always hear that, you know, skin is your largest organ, so you really have to be careful what you apply on it. So I became extremely like mindful. I mean, I was mindful before, but now, right now, I'm like extremely mindful. Like, wow, like you can really do without sugar, because we're so in this society attached to sugar and coffee. It's like you will die if you don't have it, or alcohol. It's not, it's really, you're okay. So yeah, you totally can survive and live without that, because you can eat fruits. I mean, you know, and if you don't like eating fruits and vegetables, maybe it's a good opportunity for you to have those new skills, right? And the coach is there to really help you make it easier. So you can get full with vegetables. Also, like, wow, I'm like, oh, you know, there are cool things like that Benson's, like you give us like the salt replacement. There is like date syrup that can really replace like sugar. I think my aha moment was also like how water is important. Maybe that was. And also like how really interesting like the body works. So I really did not crave anything that I was eating before. Like I was totally fine. It was really interesting that yeah, I don't know if it's me or maybe there are a lot of people, you know, like, but I think it's also your mind. Like we are so attached. Yeah, so now that's what like I will be really mindful, you know, before, let's say, I will eat like wrong sugar or the salt, you know, like, so because I'm totally okay not eating it with salt. I mean, you get used to it. You get used to, yeah, human being, I think we are very adaptable. So we think we're not, but we really are. So I think it's really important for someone who struggles with like giving up those things. I think it's a good opportunity to at least try it, you know, like give it a try and just see. You may be amazed at what can happen. I would tell them that first of all, I like that you've tried it on your own. I mean, you lost 40 pounds yourself, but besides even that, I mean, you share like what you do, right? So you give us resources. You're not saying I don't have to go and think about anything. It's like having a personal trainer that comes with a plan and tells me what to do, and I work out for an hour and that's it, right? I'm done. So I have friends that I like, for example, I have in mind that this program would be perfect people that lack like discipline, because you know they're so attached to wine, you know, like they're so overweight, or like stress eating, emotional eating. I would definitely recommend, because it's not as difficult as people think. It's very doable. People think, oh my God, you're like a hero, you're not eating meat. I'm like, no, I'm not. It's possible, because I also want to live long life. I want to be healthy. You know, I don't want to take pills and be on chemicals, especially in the Western culture. You know, we all know how it's all controlled. So I think I would really strongly suggest it to someone who struggles with discipline. And discipline, I don't mean it has to be something very rigid. It's actually very mild, you know, like approach. So you make it easy. Like if I have a question, you're always accessible. You get back to me right away. If I say, oh, I can't find this like product, you go on Amazon, or you know, like you find some alternative and you make it easy. So I would say that it's a very easy to follow program. At least like people should just at least try it. Now, like I'm extremely careful before I eat something. Not that I'm like being picky. It's not about become like, do I really want to put this into my body? It's already clean. It's already, you know, like in a better shape than it used to be. Like, I'm really mindful what I cook, what I eat, what I buy. I think it's a good thing. And I think we all should be mindful about it. I mean, we are the most important things, right, in life. So if I don't really be mindful about what I put in, then who else will be or should be? Irina, like looking at you at this, like, yeah, you're not old, right? But not everyone looks this good at 62. Like, look at your skin. Walk the talk. So you live that life and you are the living example. So, you know, if at 62 anyone wants to look like you, So at least try it. And Irina, I looked at, like, you had one, well, you probably have several, but one of the clients, I've listened to their sharing that, you know, like stage 4 cancer. I mean, it's amazing, like the results that these people get. I mean, what can be worse than that, right? It's amazing, like how, what food can really do. So if you really care about your life, you want to be, you know, live and enjoy your family, your loved ones longer, then you really need to make a decision. Do you want to do it? At least, like I said it probably multiple times, at least try it. Thank you for like making me even more aware. Like right now, before I buy anything to eat or cook anything, I think, you know, like, okay, like, do I need to put oil or that much, or salt? I can do without salt. I can use some other even better alternatives, right? So they taste amazing. Like it's really interesting. It's like, I'm like, oh my God, there is so much out there. I had no idea, like never, and I would have never known if I didn't really come across with you, you know, working with me.